Hey everybody, Gary with Basecamp Trading. Take a look at some pre-election volatility in the ES today. This is our 30-minute chart, and even though you're having to use much larger stops, this larger time frame chart was probably a better chart to try and trade today because the swings in these bars were just huge. We opened this morning. This was our opening bar. You can see we, off the open, triggered in a bull flag. That bull flag triggered in at 32.8275, and then you ran up a pretty quick 14 ES points, which is about $700 per contract. And then you left this giant topping tail, set up the reversal doji. Then the next bar had a huge swing inside that. The swing inside that bar was 36 points. You had a high up at 32.84, low at 32.48, give or take, but 36-point swing inside this bar. That's $1,800 per contract. Cause the 5 and the 13 to cross to the downside. The bar that causes the 5 and 13 to cross to the downside, we look to trade one or two ticks below the entry of that bar. The next bar did trigger that to the downside. So if you entered off of the break of the bar, which was at 32.48 and a quarter, the low of this bar was 32.31. So potentially 17 full ES points or another $750 per contract available on that swing down, but just huge swings from the high to the low. That was a 60-point swing in the ES. I mean, sometimes the ES doesn't move 60 points in a week. And then you can see pretty big moves intraday as well. Had a nice bear flag that triggered. That bear flag triggered in at 32.4775. Ran down as low as 32.32. So another nice swing to the downside. And then look at this reversal back to the upside. You had 50 points back into the close. You had a low at 32.25, a high at 32.77. So a little more than 50 points back the other way. So just lots of movement in the ES, 60 points one way, 50 points back the other. I mean, that's huge volatility in the ES. Like you said, sometimes the ES doesn't move 50, 60 points in a whole week. You move 60 points in an hour and a half and another 50 plus points in the last 2 hours. That's tremendous volatility in the ES. And if you're trying to trade the smaller time frame charts, there's a lot of whip inside there, and it's difficult to try and trade in that environment. You have to trade these larger bars. You're taking on more risk, but you're not getting whipped around anywhere near as much. Pre-election volatility, I would expect that right into the next couple days next week as well.